Join my Discord in the description. Thank you. Yo, what's good everyone? It's Gary. Today I'm gonna be doing a subclass tier list, and currently it's episode Heresy, the final shape, and it's about to be a new episode. It's about to be a new entire DLC, so I'm gonna make a subclass tier list in this current meta, and I'm gonna be going through every subclass, going through the positives and the negatives of the subclass and what I think about it. And then we're gonna be ranking it. If I rank something that you think is bad, let me know in the comments and why you think it's good or it's bad, because I'd love to see your opinions. With that being said, I am like a top PvP player, so if you want to see gameplay like from me, make sure to go follow my Twitch in the description. I stream every day at 8 PM EST at twitch.tv/GuapoGary. And also make sure to like and sub. Hopefully you enjoy this ranking. The first one we got is Berserker. So Berserker is probably one of the least used PvP subclasses in the entirety of Destiny 2. It's not bad. I think its main advantages are having grapple and then 3 melees that are directional, so you could grapple in the air, get some in-air shots, which is very rare on Titan to be shooting in air unless you're using Ryan Rampant. And then you can use the melee to dodge in air. I know people play like this, or like there's definitely some people that actually use this, but I don't know if it's a completely effective playstyle, just because I think there's better classes for floating in air that are much more effective, give you a lot more stuff, benefits like AE and stuff. With that being said, the super's really good. Band of War can be really good if you get it stacked up a lot in 6v6. With that being said though, it's very ineffective for the most part. I'd say this is a D tier subclass. Next, we have Arc Warlock. Arc Warlock really doesn't have much use in PvP, especially when we have Prismatic Warlock now. The whole identity of Arc Warlock now, I think, in my opinion, at least in competitive PvP, quote unquote competitive PvP, is the slide melee. The slide melee is very laggy. It's hard to shoot. It does like it just does random damage. Even though they nerfed it or like patched it, it's still, I feel like it does random damage. That's the whole identity of Arc Warlock in my opinion. I kind of miss when we had like Arc Web and all this other stuff like Pulse Wave or Pulse Weave, I forgot what it was called. I miss when we had like the trees and we could really just have like a unique arc subclass in Arc Warlock. Now it's just like the same thing. It's just there's nothing really unique. With that being said, I think this is honestly a C tier subclass. The only thing that makes it remotely unique is the slide, and there's a subclass that just does it way better. Next, we have Arc Hunter. Now, I don't know if you've been playing comp or anything, but Arc Hunter has kind of been making a come up, and it's because of one really big thing. And the one big thing is the slide Tempest Strike. Now, this melee is very, very good. I'd say it's pretty much better than the Warlock slide, just because you don't have to put yourself in danger of really getting shot unless it's a slug shotgun or fusion. You could literally just slide a corner, do the melee, and then run out, and then you can get almost an entire team one shot or even kill them because of the jolt. This melee is so broken. Honestly, if more people use the subclass, I could see it genuinely getting nerfed. I think this makes it like one of the better subclasses for PvP. And actually does a lot that I like a lot of subclasses do. The only thing I don't like about Arc Hunter is the supers. I'd say you really only have like Arc Staff. I think in my opinion, I don't really like the throwing one. It's like Blade Barrage, but like worse, because like you can only kill like, because Blade Barrage, if you're good with it, you could just like wipe the entire team by like swiping your mouse pad or swiping your entire mouse pad, just like look backward and forward, you know what I'm saying? But this one, you have nothing. You just can kill like one person. I don't even know if one shot's a super. I swear I'd be hitting people and it doesn't even one shot like a regular guard, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think Arc Hunter is in the B tier. I think it's really good right now, and it's getting better. People are starting to learn how to use it better. But I think the melee is carrying a lot. So B tier. Next, we have the Behemoth. Now, the Behemoth was a PvP monster when it came out. Ever since then, they nerfed it a lot. They nerfed the melee, they nerfed the slide, they nerfed the super. I think it's in not a horrible spot right now, honestly. I think the slide, it did get nerfed, but you can still use it, and it is very good when you're lagging. Like, I don't know about you, but I play people so laggy every time, and they're always on Behemoth. I think Behemoth is really fun when you use something like an SMG, because you can make space with a grenade, and you also get a good movement tech. The only thing is you have to use Stasis subclasses only get one super, and it depends. You don't get a shutdown super. You only get a roaming super, which it's a really good super, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it could whiff. I've definitely seen it whiff a lot. Like, you just go straight through someone. The right click on it is really good though. With that being said, I think Behemoth is honestly a B tier subclass in the right hands. I'm not saying it will make you good, but I'm just saying with the right person, I think it's a really good subclass, especially not to mention you have the slide melee, which is also really, really, let's say forgiving when it comes to the range of it freezes someone. I think it's just slow in my opinion. But next we have my favorite, my most used subclass, which is Golden Gun Hunter. I know everyone loves the Golden Gun Hunter. Like what's not to love about Golden Gun Hunter? There are a few things that make Golden Gun Hunter really good right now, especially since they buffed the knives. I'd say one of the better things about Golden Gun Hunter right now is the lightweight knives. Those are genuinely so good. If you haven't used the lightweight knives and you play Hunter, please go try them. If you use a shotgun or honestly use anything, you can hit it for 150 damage and it's like instant. It's not like where you have to wind up the way to throw a knife. You can get an instant damage. It's so good. And then if you have the fragment that gives you radiant on a knife kill and you get your knife back, it's just like you have like so many knives and then you also get your knives back on dodge. You have 2 knives, you know what I'm saying? That makes it super good. And then you get max handling when you dodge for a little bit. You basically have like Wraith Metal Mail built into the subclass. And then you have honestly 3 really good supers, one for 6v6, a 6-shot, one for comp, which is the 3-shot Goldie. And then for trials or if you just want you get your super really quick, definitely go Blade Barrage. These are all really good supers. They all have their own unique purpose. Also, the only thing I wish they changed about Golden Gun is, I don't know when they changed this. I think this is when Final Shape came out. But they basically made it since that you can't shoot your trip mines anymore. I don't know if you guys did this, but I used to shoot my trip mines, and this is like a really fun thing where you could shoot it, like throw a trip mine over cover and then shoot it in the air and it would kill someone. They got rid of that. I don't know why. Bungie, if you're listening, please fix this trip mine. You can't shoot them anymore glitch. I don't know what it is, but please fix that. With that being said, I think Golden Gun where it stands right now and the uses, I think honestly it's an A tier subclass. It's not that bad. It's just definitely, it doesn't have the thing that makes it S tier where it carries you know what I'm saying? Next we have Solar Titan. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, who was using this subclass? It's like it's never used. It doesn't have anything like it has had before. I can't think of like a build that makes it like super good or competitive really. Maybe if you do like some cheese stuff, like if you like, I could see Consecration isn't that good, right? You get like Roaring Flames, I don't know, like Sunspots, whatever. I'd say there was a time when this was meta, but I think it was more meta because Titans were meta because of the shields. The only time it was meta was because you wanted one bubble, one T crash, or like bubble, and then you want a roaming super, which was the Burning Maul, which is honestly not a bad super. It actually melts bubbles. You wanted a super to counter bubbles, and people on Titan just went to this. That was like the only time it was really meta. It's honestly not that good in PvP. You could probably make it work, obviously. And you can make any subclass work if you're good enough. But with that being said, I think it has literally nothing to make it stand out. It has no really good ability, nothing for PvP. Honestly, it just feels like a PvP subclass to me. I think it's in the D tier. Next, we have Strand Warlock. So Strand Warlock is a bit unique. I think there is a very, very underrated PvP aspect on it, which is Weave Walk. Now, I think in an ability meta, which right now we're in basically an ability meta, I think Weave Walk in ability meta is very, very good. If you don't know, you could just like, basically how you use Weave Walk in PvP is you go into Weave Walk, just absorb like all the abilities. Say there's like a bunch of abilities, just go through and take all the abilities out, you clear it out, right? And then you come back and there's no abilities, so you have an advantage. And I think this is a really big advantage in PvP. If you think about it, people don't use it that much, but it is, if you play against it, you know it's annoying to play against. The only thing is, if there's a conditional on the team, that Weave Walk is getting nuclear bombed. That's like the only counter to Weave Walk really, besides like, you know, supers. It doesn't get rid of super damage. But with that being said, I think in the right hands, this could be really good. For most use cases, I think this is a C tier subclass. I don't think it really has anything else unique. The super is absolutely garbage. I don't think I've seen the super worth more than Blade Barrage, but the super does. You could literally you could be like, it doesn't matter what distance, this super will always miss. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like a 50-50 chance. Like if someone super me and someone's trying to solo super me, I feel like this is like the one super that I want them to solo super me with, because like I feel like it always misses. Like, I don't know. It's going in the C tier. Next, we have Void Warlock. Now, Void Warlock is actually really, really good at PvP. It has a lot of things going for it that I think a lot of people don't realize. So first we have Child of the Old Gods. This aspect is very, very good. If you like to play solo trials, this is like one of the best subclasses for solo trials. Basically, all you have to do is put your rough down and you get a little Child of the Old Gods on your little shoulder. And all you have to do is get a little bit of damage. I don't really know how much damage it is, or it's like a timer or something, because like sometimes I'll be shooting hella people and it just does nothing. Basically, you just do damage and it sends out your little void soul, and it attaches to the person you're shooting. So the tracking can be iffy, but It's usually reliable. Sometimes it just like latches onto a wall if it can't see anyone. But this is honestly, sometimes this is like better than having teammates. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes your teammates can be like throwing. You get lobby balance and it feels like your teammates are throwing. But with the Void Soul, you get like a debuff and you can actually do a lot, and it just keeps them one shot. It keeps them off of res. It's very, very good. And then we get like these insane fragments. I think Void Warlock is an A tier subclass for PvP. If you don't know, there's really good Void fragments. Like Void has like the best fragments for PvP, where you get, if you're one shot, you get an overshield when you get a kill. If you pick up an orb, you get Devour. There's so many good fragments for Void. I just don't get how Void has all these good fragments and then like get like something like Arc and it's like the fragments are so mid. I don't know. Yeah, Void is definitely an A tier subclass in PvP. It just doesn't have that thing that makes it super meta, pushes it. Next, we got the problem child. We got Invis Hunter. So if you don't know, they added an aspect called On the Prowl, and basically what it does is you dodge and it marks someone, and when you kill that marked person, it creates this cloud of smoke, and when you or your teammates walk through the smoke, they go invis, you go invis, and you all get this like buff which buffs like stuff like your handling, your reload. I don't know if it's like it might be aim assist and recovery too, but this is like a crazy buff. The fact that your whole team can go invis is so crazy to me. This is and it's it works like an actual smoke bomb, so the enemies cannot walk through it or also get debuffed, and they can't do anything. Like smokes are still so broken. This subclass is obviously S tier, but I think that there's like a few ways they can nerf it. Also, I didn't even talk about Invis. Invis is so annoying to play against. It literally just enables this play style of not caring. Your positioning could be absolutely awful. You could be a below average player and it really just doesn't matter because your positioning just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And you could just run with a special weapon and kill literally anyone. Like you could be a 0.2 and you can kill the fizzle with a slug shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what Invis enables. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think there's two things they could do to nerf Invis that they definitely should do. Which the first one is smoke bombs. If you shoot a smoke bomb that's on the ground, it completely goes away. That'd be a really good nerf because sometimes it's hard to find them. And another thing is when you're Invis, you should get like some kind of a debuff, like maybe low handling, can't sprint, something like that, where a good player could still take advantage of that, but it's not going to make you like be able to run with a special weapon like a gym and just kill everyone. You know what I'm saying? That's some food for thought. But yeah, definitely Invis is an S tier subclass. That's not even a doubt. And we still have a Spectral Blades, which is one of the supers that you just literally can't kill, and it teleports everywhere. I just don't even get me started. Okay. Next subclass we have is Stasis Hunter. So honestly, Stasis Hunter is pretty good in PvP. I just think it's not used very much, and there's a couple things that you got to learn about it before you want to use it. One thing that is really good about, unique and good about Stasis Hunter is the Shadow Dive. So if you build a lot into AE, you could do like a Lucky Pants and hand cannon. You could do a lot of jump shots with Shower Dive and then just jump in the air, Shower Dive down, and you're just in cover and they can't really do anything about it. Another thing that's also really good is you get enhanced grenades, and then you also get a newly buffed melee that actually works now, which is the Withering Blades. And also the super is the fastest super in the game, and it's not bad. It's better in Trials. It's not super good in Comp or 6, but it's not bad. It's good for one kill in those, but in Trials it's actually really good for keeping him off the zone. So in my opinion, honestly think Stasis is a B tier subclass. I think in my hands it's definitely A or S, but it's just a B tier subclass. I do think it's not bad and it's actually pretty good, but in my opinion it's a B tier subclass. Next we have Strand Hunter, the movement player on Hunter's favorite subclass. This subclass is honestly really annoying to play against. I hate playing against the grapple melee where it literally just locks on through walls and it's just you can't even play against it. If someone just tags you a little bit and then grapples in, you can do nothing really if you don't have a shotgun. And if you have a shotgun, they'll like teleport through your shotgun shot because of the desync. This subclass is annoying to play against. It's very good. They did nerf the dive a lot. The radius used to be a lot bigger than it is. I think that I'm glad they did that because that dive, if you remember, that dive was so annoying to play against. So Strand Hunter is definitely really good. It's the grapple subclass. The super is not amazing, but it's also not very bad. People think it's really bad. It's honestly better than it was before. But overall, I think Strand Hunter is a really good subclass in PvP. It's also very good in the right hands. I think we all know that. Other than the Strength Up melee, that's the only thing that really carries players. I don't think it has like a multitude thing that really carries players. Like it could be the same for like Shower Dive. I think it's worse than Voidlock, but it's still in the A tier. You know what I'm saying? I think it's an A tier subclass for PvP. I'm thinking about good players in this. I don't think it will make a gym be a god. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of subclass, subclasses for PvP, it's still really good, and it's very rounded out PvP subclass in my opinion. Next, we have Arc Titan. I've actually been playing Arc Titan a lot, and I actually been enjoying it. I think Arc Titan is honestly a pretty good subclass for PvP. It's lacking in the super department. I think T-Crash is really bad in PvP. Like now, it's so easy to get babied. Like when you're, it's so easy to get to die in your super. When you're playing against good players in a T-Crash, you get shot down a lot more than you think you do. You have to really be on. You have to go for one person usually. You can catch people off guard with it. Obviously, you can do that with every super. But I think it's really hard to get a lot of effectiveness out of your T-Crashes. I usually go Fist of Havoc on the Arc Titan, because I think you get more use out of it. You usually get 3 people with a Fist of Havoc. It just takes longer to get. Actually, no, it doesn't even take longer to get. They're the same thing. So why would you pick a shutdown super when you could just get a roaming super that could also shut down supers with the right click? It just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah. Also, Knockout, insanely good. Love when it one shots me in PvP. It's always a classic. You know, Knockout is one of the best aspects in PvP and PvE. Honestly, it's probably up there with the best aspect in the game for PvE. For Destiny 2 in general, you know what I'm saying? Just getting health back, getting damage for basically just playing the game is crazy to me. And also, Bolt Charge just recently got introduced, so this is also good if you're not good at the game. You can just sit on a Bolt Charge barricade and not move, and you can basically kill anyone as well. So I think with all this being said, Arc Titan is an A tier subclass. I think it's a little bit better than Strand Hunter and Void Warlock, honestly. I think Arc Titan is very good and very underrated. I think it's an A tier subclass. A lot of people say Titan's very bad, but you could definitely make Titan work. I don't want to hear being like, oh, Titan is not played in a lot or whatever. I don't care. Titan is good. I said what I said. Next, we have another Titan subclass, which is Void Titan. I think Void Titan is another super good PvP Titan subclass. You get so much use out of basically just playing the game. You don't have to really build into it. You could just have like a movement exarch or something, you know what I'm saying? It's very good. You get a Void Overshield, which is plus 40 health for just putting down your barricade, which you always do because you're gonna have barricades, obviously. And then you get Controlled Demolition, which makes your scatter grenades nuclear bombs and wipes teams. And you got the Axis Super, which is even better with Controlled Demolition. You basically get all your health back when you get a kill with Controlled Demolition with your Axis, which is really good, and people don't realize that. So with that being said, Void Titan is an A tier subclass as well. I think Void Titan is super good in high level games, especially when you put a barricade down and your entire team gets plus 40 health. 3 people get plus 40 health. 120 extra health people have to shoot. It's really annoying to play against. This is an S tier subclass. I don't care. I don't care when people say, oh, Titan is not good. I don't care. Titan is good. Play Arc Titan, play Void Titan. Tell me it's bad. I think you're trolling. These are good subclasses. I think these are genuinely good in PvP. Also, looking back on it, I think Strand is out of place here. I should also think about players that just don't play as much. I think Strand is in the B tier. It doesn't stand out to me as much as these subclasses do when it comes to actually playing the game and what it sits in the meta. So I'm putting Strand there. So if you're in the comments being like, why is Strand an A tier? I put it down lower. So just I was looking at it after a Rain Void. I mean, Strand is obviously very good, but you got to build it. You got to be cheesy to play with Strand. You know what I'm saying? Next, we have the classic, the reigning champion of subclasses, Dawnblade Warlock. So I think we already know where this is gonna go, but let me explain how good Dawnblade is and why it's been good for so long. So there's many ways to really play Dawnblade, but first off, we got Icarus Dash. Icarus Dash is the best movement ability in Destiny 2. It's its own thing. It's not a cooldown. You can combo it into so many movements. If you're really good on Warlock, you can be just as fast as pre-nerf snap skating, as long as, and you won't have to be desyncing around the map. You know what I'm saying? Icarus Dash is so good. If you're a good player, you can really take advantage of this with shotgunning, sniping, just anything. Icarus Dash is one of the best abilities in Destiny 2. And then we have another thing that I don't feel like people realize like how broken it is. He Rises. So the first main thing about He Rises is you can shoot while doing your power jump, which is something only hunters can really do. He Rises is insanely broken. I don't know why people don't use this on Soul Warlock. If you're not using it, you're literally trolling. Then if you're in the air, which you're going to be a lot and when on Dawnblade, and you get a kill, you basically get like almost all your melee back, and the melees are like S tier melees. You get like a melee that can kill across the map, or you can get a melee that can wipe a team like right next to you. You know what I'm saying? And then with heat rises, you get plus 20 AE for just putting on the aspect, and then you consume your grenade and you get a billion aim assist in the air, and you can float in the air at the back of the map with a scout like a pussy. You know what I'm saying? And you can float in the back of the map like a gym and kill everyone. You know what I'm saying? This subclass literally has everything going for it. It is the best PvP subclass. If you're good at the game, if you're bad at the game, it does everything. It's super good. It has a high skill ceiling, which people, you know, you want a high skill ceiling on a subclass, and it has a low skill floor. So you could be good, you could be bad. It always does everything. There's so many things that I could talk about in the subclass. If you're a gym, you could have 2x restoration healing aids. You know what I'm saying? You could do speaker sight. There's so much ways to build into Dawnblade to make it effective. I think this is the best PvP subclass, and it's been like that for so long. But I also think it's that way because there's so many good players that play it. But I also think there's aspects that really need to be nerfed about it, like heat rises. I think heat rises is annoying to play against. Also, hot take, I think Warlock Rift should be nerfed. I don't know if we should really get the overshield in PvP. It's kind of annoying to play against. That's just me though. Trust me, I play a lot of Warlock. If you watch my stream, you know I play Dawnblade. So, well, that's just a hot take. Obviously, this is the best subclass in the game. I do think it's overall better than Void, but I think Void enables a lots of free kills, which probably wins more games. It's more brain dead to play. But I do think it's better than Void, and that's a crazy take, but they're both equally, and it depends on the player. They're both good. You know what I'm saying? Next, we have Stasis Warlock. Stasis Warlock is a menace in PvP. This is like the subclass you want to use if you want to piss someone off. You know what I'm saying? So we got the Penumbral Blast, the melee, which basically if you hit someone with it, they're guaranteed dead, and it has a big hitbox. You know what I'm saying? This is like the melee to kill super. This is the melee to kill anyone. The melee is broken. And then you have an aspect where if you freeze someone, it chains off of, which catches a lot of people off guard. It catches me off guard a lot, and that it's just broken. There's so many ways to freeze someone. No other Stasis subclass can freeze people as much as Stasis Warlock. You know what I'm saying? This is the freeze subclass. Next, we have also, and then you could go on Ozymancy when you get double cold snaps, and then you get enhanced tracking. And those son of a guns will track you through walls and like up walls, and they have like, I feel like they have a bigger radius where you can get cold snapped. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me. This is definitely a B tier subclass because it's not as effective in PvP. I definitely think it's the highest in B tier, right? But I think the subclass can definitely carry a gym, but it's not gonna make like a really good PvP player like play better than a Dawnblade, you know? Like, I think if you're good at PvP, you know how to effectively play against the Stasis Warlock for the most part. Obviously, you can get BS a lot. When I play against the Stasis Warlock, I know when they're gonna freeze rift. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna push them. You know, which it does catch a lot of gyms off guard. But I think overall, Stasis Warlock is a B tier subclass. Next, we're on Prismatic. So first, we got Prismatic Hunter. So after playing Prismatic Hunter and after all these nerfs, I think Prismatic Hunter is not bad, but it doesn't stand out. You know what I'm saying? So it does some things very well, which is crowd control. You have a crowd control melee, smoke bombs. You have crowd control grenades. You get the slow nade, you get arc bolts, you get swarm nades, you know, and you can put on Winter Shroud, which is a crowd control dodge. You slow people in your dodge, and you can make a clone on your dodge. And this is just like pre-nerf. It was so annoying to play against the subclass because there was so much stuff you could put on the map, so many builds you could put on the map. It was just so annoying, so much radar manipulation and everything. This subclass is obviously very good in PvP, but I don't think it's as good anymore. It's not really a spam subclass because you actually have to think about your abilities with how much longer they take to charge, and the supers are not that good. If you try to use something like a golden gun, it doesn't last nearly as long as the actual golden gun. I think the only thing that's remotely usable on Prismatic Hunter is the super you're not going to get, which is the arc one, or the super you are going to get, which is the ice pick, which takes longer to get than Stasis. But I think Stasis is just as good as crowd control. So I think right now Prismatic Hunter is a B tier subclass, Obviously, if you're good, you can make it work. I said that a billion times in this video, but it's true. Overall, it's a B tier subclass. I think it does get carried a lot by smoke bombs. Right now, it's worse than Void Hunter, so why would you pick this over Void Hunter? Definitely, I would rather pick Solar Hunter looking at this. So yeah, this is a B tier subclass, but it's definitely a high B tier. Next, we have Prismatic Titan. So Prismatic Titan is low-key still a sleeper pick, just like Arc and Void. And people say Titan's so bad, but yeah, Prismatic Titan is definitely a sleeper pick. You get knockout, one of the best aspect in the game pretty much. And then it's up to you what you want to pick for the second aspect. You could go with the Suspend Barricades, or you can go with Diamond Lance. I honestly don't really know what to pick. I think they're both decent, but I usually just go with Diamond Lance just because like, it gets you free kills sometimes because it is pretty broken. If you know old knockout Diamond Lances, Jesus Christ, that was something to play against. But yeah. The melees, you go with the Ice Stasis melee. You can use that for movement, or you can go shoulder charge. You can use them for movement as well. Those are both obviously very good. You get the Titan Axe Super, one of the best supers in the game. It just takes a very long time to get because you're on Prismatic, which you get this extra ability, uptime nerf. I do think it's really good, and the fact that you get knockout kind of maneuvers around the Prismatic nerf a little bit because it's just a base ability. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same as regular Titan knockout. It's not gonna be like nerfed because they nerfed Prismatic ability uptime. So I do think it's an A tier subclass. Is it better than Arc Titan or Void Titan? I don't think so. I still think it's a really good subclass. Good players and bad players could definitely make this work, especially when you get that Prismatic grenade. Jesus. But yeah, this is definitely still a very good subclass in my opinion. And I can make it work. You can make it work. We can all play it if you play Titan. You know what I'm saying? Any Titan player can make it work. So yeah, it's an A tier subclass. Next, we have Prismatic Warlock. So, as you know, we ranked Arc Warlock, right? This is like Arc Warlock, but you like pack a punch it, you know what I'm saying? The slide melee, and we get 3 of them. We get 3 slide melees. We have it three times as much. Obviously, it's different because it takes longer to get the first melee, right? But you have 3 electro slides. You have Devour on your electro slide, which is insane, which is like absolutely stupid. You could build in your electro slide even more by putting like Necrotics or Synthos on the same class item and wiping an entire team with your melee, like guaranteed if they're close to each other. And you get better supers in like Nova Bomb, which is a good shutdown super. And you could go Transcendent and get a billion slides at once. The Transcendence nade is not that good, but you can get a billion slides. Like what? Why would you ever pick Arc Warlock over this? That's all I'm saying. Like, this is just like Arc Warlock on crack. I think this is an A tier subclass because that Electro Slide with Devour definitely makes plays that a regular Arc Warlock could never do. It can make any player like wipe an entire team, no matter the skill level, which I think is very annoying to play against personally, especially when they're lagging. And then you get Nova Bomb or Song of Flame, which is also a really good shutdown super. I think this is an A tier subclass. I definitely think the subclass has a lot of things that can carry a person and make a good player even better. This is definitely an A tier subclass. I'm going to put it over Prismatic Titan in my opinion because it has so many crutch abilities. But yeah, A tier subclass. So I think this is my final ranking. Is there anything I should switch? Let me see. Anything's worth switching? I think this is pretty good. If you think this is bad, please let me know. Obviously, I could be biased because I play so much comp and PvP. I play a lot of comp and a lot of trials. I play a lot of 6v6 too. I just play the game a lot. If you are don't play PvP a lot, you're not the best at it. Let me know what you think of this tier list because I want to get like the opinion of people that don't play PvP a lot. I want to know what the meta is in like lower skill lobbies. Honestly, I feel like I kind of idea of it because like stuff like Devour be really effective in lower skill lobbies, or like stuff like Stasis Warlock or Arc Titan very effective. This is my tier list of every subclass in PvP in episode Heresy of the Final Shape. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always down for opinions in chat. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something from this ranking. I always enjoy helping people learn about PvP because I want to get people to play PvP. Obviously, it's not the best spot right now, but I'm sure it will get better with the new DLC. Hopefully they don't try to sell something in PvP, like go more PvE sided to sell stuff and make PvP a little more balanced. We can only hope. It was pretty good before they added all the pro and all that stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good rest of your day. See ya. Bye.